This is session 1 of what I'm calling the God of the Impossible. I want to start this week with the story of Jesus raising Lazarus from the dead. Now, Lazarus and his sisters, Martha and Mary, were close friends of Jesus. And Lazarus became ill, and so it was very natural for Mary and Martha to send Jesus a message saying that he was sick. The message says, "The one you love is sick," and that shows that they were really close friends. Now, we know the end of the story, so it's very easy to skip over what happens in between in those few days. But there's much to learn from what happens there in those few days. The first thing to note is Jesus already knew what was going to happen. He said, "This sickness is not unto death, but it is to show the glory of God." It says that when he heard that Lazarus was sick, he stayed 2 more days where he was. So he didn't go rushing immediately to where Lazarus was, because he knew exactly what was going to happen. However, Mary and Martha would not have known. They would have expected Jesus to come and to heal his friend. And you can see in both Mary and Martha at a different stage said, "Lord, if you'd been here, my brother would not have died." So that was obviously their expectation, that he would come and heal Lazarus. But there's almost a hint too of sort of, if you'd been here, if you had come, you could have done something, but you didn't. Sort of that hint there. Yet remember, Jesus knew exactly what he was doing. And I'm sure we can relate to the sisters. Things go wrong in a bad way. We pray that God will intervene and sort things out for us, but it seems like he does nothing. From our point of view, that's what it seems like. But God doesn't always do things the way we want or the way we expect. Jesus was not ignoring Mary and Martha. He wasn't doing nothing. He knew that there was actually a greater purpose to be achieved in the way he did it. Mary and Martha seemed to have felt that all was lost. But you get a sense of a little glimmer of hope. Martha said to Jesus, "But I know even now God will give you whatever you ask." So her position seems hopeless, but still there's enough trust in Jesus for her to say, "Well, I trust whatever you do. I know you are God, so I trust." That is trust in the person of Jesus that defies the circumstances. So they took Jesus to the tomb where Lazarus had been buried, and Jesus said, "Now roll away the stone that's sealing the tomb." That's a picture in itself of the hopelessness. Lazarus is dead, he's been buried, and the tomb's all sealed up. It's all too late. But Jesus said, "No, remove the stone." And that's where Martha objected and said, "But Lord, he's been there 4 days. There will be a terrible odour by now." It's another picture of the hopelessness, that it's just Lazarus has gone into decay and it's just hopeless. But Jesus calls out in a loud voice, "Lazarus, come out." And he came out, wrapped in the grave clothes. The people must have been stunned. They would never have seen anything like that before. Jesus had brought life out of what was seemingly an absolutely impossible situation. And he can still do that today.